Guess it's Lee. Scotty went by there this morning to see him before driving up to Canada with Bobby, and he just didn't like the way he looked, so he brought him in here, and Jeff examined him, and they put him in isolation to run some tests and for observation.
Well, does Jeff know what he has?
No, but he seems to have the same symptoms as Mrs. Hewitt did when they first admitted her.
And they don't really know what's wrong with Mrs. Hewitt, do they?
No, but the thought of Lee suffering from an undiagnosed illness kind of upset you. I mean, I could tell from his expression, even though he tried to keep it from Lee, how worried he is.
Well, Heather, I was certainly glad to hear that.
Okay, bye. She's tied up in the clinic, but she'll come down the first break she gets.
Well, good. Listen, do you want to join us for lunch?
Oh, maybe a little later. Excuse me, Jeff.
Yeah, go.
Jeff, do you know when you'll get the results from the test you ran on Lee?
Well, we should have some of them within the hour, the rest later on this afternoon.
Oh, good. Well, I've been thinking, I mean, ever since we examined Lee, and I suddenly remembered that lately I have had a few patients in the clinic with the same symptoms. And I turned them over to Leslie, Dr. Gonzalez.
Did you get a report back on these patients?
Well, Leslie said they shared one thing in common. They all had sore, scratchy throats. But there was no evidence of infection or inflammation. Same as Lee.
Well, I'm glad you told us, Gail. I've already asked Leslie to keep concise records on all patients who have the same initial symptoms as Mrs. Hewitt. If we can establish some kind of a pattern, it could help us with our diagnosis.
Steve, do you think this could be some new strain of flu?
Oh, I couldn't even offer an opinion, Jeff, not until I check Mrs. Hewitt's latest blood test.
Gail, I'll give you a call as soon as we know anything more, all right?
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Hello.
I've been trying to call you. I'd come and have lunch with us, but you weren't in the office.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just had lunch with Tracy. Actually, I'm just on my way back to the hotel to pick up Dad so he makes his appointments on time.
Don't forget, he has an appointment with me this afternoon.
I won't forget, and I'll make sure he doesn't forget either. I'll see you later, John.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye, right?
See you later, you two. Here's Bobby Spencer. I thought she and Scotty were driving to Canada this morning.
Well, that's what Scotty said last night. They were going to leave first thing this morning.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. Scotty maybe postponed it because of Lee being so sick.
Well, I'll ask Gail when I see us.
I hope they're gone when Laura gets here. If she has to watch them leave together, all it's going to do is make it harder for her.
Well, if Laura doesn't get here till the middle of the afternoon, I'm sure they'll be gone by then.
Not today. She had one exam, and she was coming straight to the hospital the minute it was over. So,
Clinic after I talked to her.
Then I am going to go and take over your rounds for you so you can wait for her.
You sure you don't mind?
No, I don't at all. Thank you very much.
my pleasure. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, next week over there.
Hi, Monica.
You busy?
There's a lot of work to do. I can't seem to concentrate.
What's wrong? Scotty?
I was so sure that they'd be gone by the time I got here today. It's so hard, Monica, to see him with Bobby and knowing that...
I know. In fact, I was surprised to see them here myself.
Scotty told me that he's not going to leave for Canada until Dr. Hardy and Uncle Jeff can figure out what's wrong with his father.
So he is going to go ahead with his plan to marry Bobby.
Well, he said there was one last hope, and that's
What is it?
I don't know, Monica, and I don't even want to know. I wouldn't let him tell me.
Why? Laura, you know I have thought that Bobby has been lying to Scotty all along. Now, if Scotty has one thin shred of hope, you have to hold on to it.
Why? So that I can end up more hurt than I already am? Monica, I've never gotten anything I really wanted out of life, and Scotty's just another example.
You know who you sound like? Me. Before I met Alan. I was so in love with someone else, when it didn't work out, I really thought my life was over. I was never going to get anything I wanted. But I did. Laura. Look, you cannot give up hope. I mean it. Mean it. I mean, I didn't, Scotty hasn't, so you can't. You just can't, Laura, no matter what happens. Laura? Just a minute, Bobby.
I'm in a hurry, Dr. Quarterman.
I said just a minute. What? I want to give you a little warning. If I see you torment Laura Weber
I
one more
wasn't
time,
tormenting her, Dr. Quartermain.
I don't buy that any more than I buy you being pregnant.
Oh, really?
Don't push me, Bobby. Because it would give me great pleasure to go to Audrey Hardy and tell her everything I know about you.
Anything you have heard about me from
I
Laura is a
said,
bunch of
don't
lies.
push
I'm
me.
not even going to try to defend myself with you. Because you're going to take Laura's side no matter what. Because you are a friend of the Webers.
It is not my reason, Bobby. I have been on the receiving end of the kind of abuse you're dishing out to Laura, and I didn't like it, and I will not have her subjected to it. Now, that is all I am going to say.
I think
I
Laura
say
might
just
know
you say nothing about this conversation, or I go to Audrey. You can count on it. Dory, is that meaning you called me back in Steve's office? Is that still on?
Oh, absolutely, Monica.
Oh, good. Alan was going to bring my father-in-law in here for some more tests. I wonder, have you seen them?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did see them come in, and if everything is going according to schedule, Mr. Quartermain should be being examined by Dr. Siegel right now.
Scotty?
Oh, well, gee, that is too bad about Mrs. Hewitt.
And if her condition has deteriorated so quickly, then the same thing is going to happen to Lee. I mean, if we don't find out what it is and how to cure it.
Gail, Lee is in excellent health otherwise. You've got to remember that.
Monica, we don't know what we're fighting.
I'm sorry. I'm just very upset about Lee. Listen, I should get to Steve's office and get to that meeting.
Right, well, I'll catch up with you. I want to talk to Scotty for a second.
Yeah, sure.
Scotty, can I talk to you alone, please?
What's up, Monica?
Have you heard any word from Gina?
No, but she promised me that she would have the test results back sometime this afternoon.
In the meantime, I think you should go find Laura and talk to her.
Wait, is there something wrong?
Well, I have my own theory on why she's upset, but I don't want to say anything about it. It's just speculation. If she wants to tell you, she can.
Thank you, Monica. I'm going to go see her right now.
Okay, good luck with you.
Scotty, what did Monica just say about me?
Bobby, she didn't say anything about you.
I thought I heard my name mentioned.
Look, I'm going to find Laura. I'll see you.
May never come in contact with a patient manifesting these particular symptoms, like you, Monica, and Peter in your office. But we must all be aware of what they are and just how potentially dangerous it can be without an early diagnosis, especially now that we know it's highly contagious.
And I've learned from my work in the clinic that we're dealing with something very deceptive here because the symptoms all seem to be just the classic flu symptoms.
Exactly, Leslie. And all the antibiotics we've tried on Mrs. Hewitt and Lee Baldwin have failed up to this point.
Steve, it's one thing to detect the symptoms early, but how do you go about treating the patients if we haven't made an accurate diagnosis yet?
We're doing everything possible to isolate that quickly, Monica. Lester down in the lab is sending blood samples and throat cultures from patients who have complained of these symptoms to Dr. Lombard, who is head of the health department of the city. Now, Mr. Lombard is a fine virologist, and we're hoping that he'll help us isolate it.
What about the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta, Steve? Have you contacted them yet?
Oh, yes, we're sending them the same samples that we're sending on to Dr. Lombard. And hopefully, between the two of them, they'll be able to give us some positive diagnosis soon. What I'm really hoping for is that Atlanta might have some case histories on file of this same virus, so they can send us their recommendation for treatment and medication immediately. Excuse me. Dr. Hardy here. Yes, Jeff. What? No, keep him there until I can examine him, too. I'll be right down. May I have your attention, please? That was Jeff Weber. Lester, our lab technician, has all the symptoms of the first stage of this virus. Or whatever it turns out to be. Obviously, we're dealing with something that's totally unknown to us. And right now, we're totally helpless as how to deal with it.